guys, it's Vixella, and I am back today with another speed build, but this one is a very, very special speed build. I spent 3 days on it, which is a ridiculously long amount of time. That's why I haven't uploaded. This is all I've been doing is building this, because I spent a lot of time on it. I wanted it to be good, because I wanted to try something new. So I have stumbled across this really, really amazing builder and YouTuber. Her name is Hattie Sims, and I'm pretty sure you guys told me that I think Deli Gracie mentioned her once. I'm not sure. I didn't actually hear it for myself, but I found her just searching on my own because I was looking for some inspiration to do with landscaping, because landscaping was not always my strongest point. I feel like I really lacked in that kind of department. So I was like, all right, let me search around, let me see how people, because I know that's something that people have always told me to do is, if you're having trouble with something with, like in The Sims, with building, go on the gallery, put some houses down, check out how they built it. That's always a really good thing to do, is see how it was done in the game. It just makes it a little bit easier. But I found her houses and I was like, whoa, these are so good, especially the landscaping is the best part. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this girl she is slaying. And so I looked at her YouTube, I checked it out, and I was like, oh my god, yes, this girl is literally exactly what I was looking for. I was like, this helps so much. So I had to give her a shout out for this, because this house was completely fully inspired by her. It does look a little bit similar to some of the houses she's made, so that's my disclaimer right there if you're wondering why I was inspired by her houses. But you definitely need to check her out. She's so good at building. My house is nowhere near as good as her houses are, and this took me 3 days. So you think I'd be doing pretty good, but still her houses are my favorite right now. They're so good. I just absolutely love the lush landscape of it, and that I think is really going to change the game, the way that she's kind of got it figured out. So I really love it, and this house is so nice. Just the landscape makes all the difference. So I was very, very excited to kind of test it out, and I am constantly trying to practice building off camera. I have made, countless amounts of houses that I never upload or no one ever sees. I do them for just the sole purpose of practicing and trying to improve. And that's what I was going to do. But then I had practiced a little bit, but then once I got the hang of it, I was like, oh man, I gotta make a house. And I was gonna make a suburban house, and I actually started making a suburban house. I had recorded it and everything, but I just wasn't too happy with it. Once I had gotten done with the outside, I was like, I haven't even done the landscaping yet, but I was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. So I went back to the Tudor style, since I'm still trying to use up all of the objects that we got from the Get Together expansion. I haven't even barely made a dent, to be honest with you. So I try to use as many as possible. So if you don't have that expansion pack, this house is gonna be a little bit empty and a little bit bare, because I did use quite a bit of objects from there. And I always feel bad using objects and different wallpapers and etc. from other expansions or stuff packs that aren't the base game. I always feel a little bit bad, because I'm like, not everybody's gonna be able to use that, etc, etc. But then I'm like, you know what though, I always feel bad, and then I never use them, but I really want to. And then I had to just tell myself, it's okay, I bought them, so I want to use them. So I have to just kind of tell myself, it's okay, you can use it. It's going to be okay, Tasha. So I ended up using a lot of stuff that I normally don't use, and I was pretty happy with it. So the next thing that I want to work on is my interiors, because I do feel like my interior is weak. But, maybe we'll get there someday. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually flipped the house just now. That right there, what you're looking at, actually was in the front, and I switched it to the back, because I actually thought it looked better like that. When I was looking at it the other way, I was just kind of like, this doesn't look like it would be the front of a house. And then I looked to the back and I was like, this does look like it would be the front of the house. Easy fix. Just flipped it backwards. So I was pretty excited about that one. It was a pretty easy fix. Also, I'm just gonna completely skip over me putting in the wallpapers. I left this little bit in, but I completely skip over it, and the windows. Not all the windows, but the main majority of them, because it takes me so long, like especially with this new style of wallpapering, because I'm not used to it, and I always try to make it look good, and I'm not sure exactly what looks the best, and it takes a lot of experimenting, but I'm like, I need to stop being so much of a perfectionist, because I feel like it almost takes away from the build sometimes, because I try to make everything, you know, so perfect, and houses aren't always perfect, you know. So, especially with interiors, which is why I need to really work on it. But like towards the end, because like when I started doing the interiors, I was, you know, doing my whole perfectionist thing. And I was trying not to, but it took a hold of it, as it always does. But towards the end, I think like the last few bedrooms, you'll notice I start like kind of just like throwing like different clutter items on the ground and stuff like that. Like not to be sloppy, but just to make it look like somebody actually lived there, because, you know, houses are normally not super clean and super put together, because if people live there, there's gonna be stuff everywhere. That's just how it goes. So you'll notice towards the end I started doing that. The reason I started doing it towards the end was because this is like the third day I've been working on it, and I was like, oh my god, this house needs to be finished, because I haven't uploaded in like 2-3 days, which is crazy for me, because I usually try to upload every day. So I was like, oh god, I feel so, I don't know, it just made me feel weird not to upload. So I was like, I gotta get it done. So it was kind of like almost like I was rushing. But then I looked back and I was like, you know what? Those last like 3 rooms that I did when I was rushing looked so much better than any of the other ones I did. So it was funny to notice that, because I was like, wow, I was rushing and I like those more, because it's just kind of like stuff is scattered, you know, and that's just, I mean, that's how my room looks. I don't have enough room for all the stuff in this little apartment, so everything's kind of just like stacked on top of each other. But I didn't make it look messy. I just made it look like, you know, somebody lives there and somebody's using that room, and like it should. But yeah, I was really, really happy with this house. And normally, like what I'll do is I'll look up different like styles of houses on like floor plan type websites, and I'll try to find like a floor plan that I really like, and then base it off of that, and then try to like either recreate it in The Sims or make something very similar to it, which I was going to do at this house, and what I ended up doing was making it completely from scratch, which is something I've really wanted to do, because I'm like, you know what? A lot of these houses are starting to look really repetitive on these websites. You know, they all post the same ones, and I'm like, you know, eventually I'm just gonna run out of material if I keep doing it like this, you know. But I mean, I was like, you know what? Let's just try something from scratch. Because when I tried to do that suburban one that I was talking about, I had based it off of one, and I was like, I'm gonna try to like make something inspired by this. But I didn't end up liking it as much as I thought. So I just went for it, and this is what I came up with, and I really like it. And I was like, I think the reason it took so long is because I was really experimenting. You know, it was a new technique with all of the vines and everything on the walls, and the way that the plants are the, what are those called? The little things that hang on the windows, those kind of like flowery ones, but the ones that drape down like that. That was something I also got from Hattie Sims. She has this really cool technique of like making it look like it's like these cool vines like kind of hanging off the house. It looks so pretty. She can do it in really cool ways. I'm not that talented, but I was like, that's such a really cool idea. I've seen it before, but I completely forgotten about it. Oh, okay, and then I skipped a little here too, because this was on like a new day, so I was like testing some things out, and I had forgotten to record like the beginning of it, so I was like, oopsies. And so I was like, okay, let me just explain myself real quick. But also something that I completely forgot that you could do. This is just because I haven't played it in a while. I forgot that you could size up objects. I completely forgot you could do that. And then once I remembered, I was like, oh, this just changed the whole game. The whole game has been changed. And I pretty much tried to size up everything. I went on a little spree. I can't be tamed, what can I say? But yeah, so I was having a lot of fun. The landscaping is so much more fun when you actually like have a game plan. And I love how lush everything looks. It just makes it look so pretty. I love it so much. And yeah, please go check out her YouTube. Please, I'm giving so much credit to her right now because she is so good. Oh god, love it. Love it! But anyways, so we're just working on the front. Okay, never mind, we're not working on the front. We have skipped to the back. Right as I was gonna say that. Oh, and then for the fences, I think I've done this in a house before. I'm not 100%. I'm pretty sure I have because I got the idea from my brain. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. But I would change up the fence and use like two kinds of different fences, or two types of fences with each other. So I use like that new one from Get Together, and then I use the little hedges because you guys know I have an obsession with hedges. And yeah, it was so funny when I posted those like first two speed builds. When I like made my epic return to The Sims, minus the epic. So there were some people that were like, "Well, we see you still like the hedges, Sasha," and I was like, "Shush!" I was like, "They caught me." I can't get enough, guys. I love them so much. Hedges are so beautiful, but I think they're like, aren't they high maintenance? Because don't you have to like trim them and cut them? I could never do that. One, I think I might be too short. The hedges would have to be minuscule. Also, I'm allergic to grass, so I don't really have the capacity or capacity. I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. It's late. It's currently 3 a.m. if you're wondering. I record videos way too late for anyone to remain, sane, to not go crazy. But this is just how my schedule's been lately. I have been, my sleeping pattern has just been horrible. The worst it's ever been in my life. I need to pull like an all-nighter and like actually go through with it and then like get my schedule back on track. But all-nighters are tough, man. They suck. All-nighters are really, really terrible. I hate them. They make me feel like sick. I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't like doing it, but I almost do it every single night. And then like I regret it. But I'm always trying to get my sleeping schedule back on track, and then I can never do it because I always fall asleep. Like yesterday I did the same thing. I was like, I think I'm gonna rest my eyes. And in my head, there was a little voice in my head going, Sasha, don't do it. You're gonna fall asleep. And sure enough, I did. Until 6 p.m. Like, no one could have woken me up or anything. I just slept the whole day away. It was pretty sad, I'm not gonna lie. I woke up and I was, I guess you could say angry. That would be the expression I was feeling. I was like, expression? Expression? That's not the right word, is it? Emotion. Oh my god. Jeez, just face palmed right there. Oh lord. It's okay, guys. I've got my coffee. This is my problem. I'm drinking coffee at 3 a.m. Not a good idea, but hey man, I was gonna be wide awake no matter what, so might as well. I honestly, it feels like it should be maybe like 10, 11 o'clock. Actually, yeah, no, it feels like it's about 11, but it's 3, so you can tell how kind of, messed up I am in the head right now because my sleeping patterns are jacked. They are messed up real bad. But anyways, talking about the build now. So I tried to add a lot of little seating areas. This is my issue. When I do the interiors, I always like don't know what to do for like little empty spaces. So there's always a lot of empty space and I don't like the way that it looks. I don't know how I feel about houses in The Sims being extremely cluttered to the point where like I feel like it's a game of like I Spy or like Where's Waldo. But like I feel like a little bit of clutter is good because it looks realistic and houses have clutter. That's just how it is. But I'd never know what to do, and I was trying to think in my head what does my mom have in her house, like in the hallways and stuff, because like I obviously live in an apartment. We don't have hallways, it basically just goes like straight into the rooms. We don't really have hallways to put furniture in, so it's not really an issue. But because of that, I don't actually know what to put in a hallway. So I was like, okay, what does my mom do? And she has like tables and like little chairs, and she has like little like a glass like display case kind of thing with like a bunch of little antique things she's collected over the years and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, so try to fill it up with like some tables, which is like what I'm doing right now. And I put like some bookshelves over there, which is funny because that actually leads into like a little study room. And it's like, yeah, I was just trying to fill up the space and try to make it look a little bit more lived in, because I think this house is always like a lot nicer. But an issue is that I think I tried not to be honest with you, and I think I succeeded a little bit. Not perfectly, but I think I did a little bit better. I tried to make the rooms a bit smaller, because if your rooms are too big, then you have the issue of not being able to fill the space, because you can't just throw stuff everywhere, because then it will look a little bit weird. But like, it's good to have a good amount of space. There's always like a perfect amount of space. So I tried to do that. I'm not sure how well I succeeded, but what I tried to do is I tried to make more rooms. Okay, so instead of just having like the normal bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen, I tried to do I did like a kitchen, a breakfast room, and then a formal dining room. There's a lot of houses, at least that like I look at or that I live in, have those types of things. But then also I put because this house is huge, it's ginormous. I usually try to build a little bit smaller houses, but I wanted to do something big, because I haven't done anything big in a really long time. Granted, it took me 3 days, so you can see why sometimes I don't do that, because I'm really slow at building. But I think it was worth it. It looks so good. I love it so much. It's my favorite house I've built so far. I was really, really proud of this one, so I spent a ton of time on it. And I really tried to just try to go out of my comfort zone a little bit. And so yeah, another little seating area. I like that. I think if you have a living room with a seating area, that's pretty good, right? You're doing pretty good. If you have a seating area besides the couch, if you have a separate seating area in your living room, you're doing pretty good. In my books, you're doing pretty good. I wish I had one of those. That would be sweet. But yeah, so I've been real stressed lately about moving. Moving is tough. It's a toughie. So I've only moved once, right? And that's pretty easy, because I moved from, whoa, sorry, just hit my mic. I moved from my mom's house to an apartment. So that's, for me anyways, it was a pretty easy move, because you already have pretty much the furniture that you need, except for maybe living room furniture, but you pretty much have you're coming in there with basically nothing, which makes it easy. So you have, your bed and maybe a dresser. For me, it was a bed and a desk and a dresser. And then of course we had to go and buy couches. Well, we didn't buy couches. My mom had some love seats that she gave to us. And then we had to go buy a entertainment center and some stuff like that. It was pretty easy. I was given a lot of stuff. I think that's what makes it so easy, is that, your family, contributes a little bit, or at least mine did, just a tiny bit, teeny tiny. It was couches, and then my grandparents gave me an old table they don't use anymore, so I have a dining room table. But that's pretty much all I was given. The rest was just stuff, I already had, and then went to the store and got for the apartment. But it wasn't that much stuff. Our apartment's pretty empty, I'm not gonna lie, because I figured, well, we live on the 3rd story, so I'm honestly, I cannot even be bothered. Can't even be bothered to put more stuff up here that we're gonna have to take down, so I'm oh god, no. I can't even be bothered. So, and I already knew I was gonna move anyways when the lease is up, so I'm nah, we'll just leave it empty. I don't really mind it. It's kind of small anyway, so having open space is good. So Una can run around and cause all the chaos that she loves to cause. But anyways, so I've been a little bit stressed, because moving now is a little more tough than it was, a year ago when I moved in. Because now I don't know who I'm moving out with. I don't know where I'm moving to. It's very difficult. Luckily, my stepdad is in real estate, so I kind of have a little help with that. So it's nice in that department, but I just don't know what I'm gonna do. So far it looks like I'm gonna be living by myself, and I'm guys, I don't think I can do that. I was like, I'm only 5 feet tall. Like, I'm useless. If there's something on the top shelf of a counter, which I don't even know how it would get there, then I'm like, oh well. Like, Sasha's never gonna get it. I'm gonna have to buy some step stools or some step ladders because I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm like living by myself sounds absolutely horrifying. I can't open jars by myself. I don't have a car. Like, I don't have a car. I mean, I barely go anywhere as it is, but like I'm gonna need to go to the store and stuff. So I'm like, I should probably get one of those. But then see that right there, that just adds up. There's just way too much going on at that point. But I guess that's called being an adult. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, being an adult is not all it's cracked up to be. I guess the only thing that's cool about it is that, you know, I get to, like, I don't know. Really, there's nothing. I can't think of anything. I make my own rules. I guess that's the only good thing. But honestly, I followed my mom's rules pretty well. I was a good kid. I was a good kid. She said, you can dress and look however you want, you know, whenever you want, as long as you are a good person, you don't do drugs, you don't drink, you don't smoke, all those things, you know, all the typical parent rules. As long as you don't do anything bad, you know, then you can pretty much like look and dress however you want, which was a pretty determining factor when we were growing up, because we were always like, my family, we're such weird people. We always wanted to dress weird and do weird things to our hair and stuff. But so that was like the golden rule, was like you could do anything you wanted to your appearance. You could get piercings all over your face if you wanted to. You know, if you wanted to get a full body of tattoos, go for it, as long as you're kind and you don't get in trouble. So, because it in the end, appearance doesn't even matter. So that's a good lesson to learn. I'm gonna take a drink of coffee. Refreshing. So anyways, that was a nice little life lesson right there, wasn't it? Life lesson time with Sasha. But anyways, on top of that, on top of, you know, being stressed, I mean, things have been okay. Things have been pretty good. What about you guys? How have you guys been? Do you guys know the moving feels, the stress? If you're, well, I mean, for a kid, you know, it's not so much as well, there's probably still stress there, but it's like a different kind of stress. It's like a new school kind of stress. Like, I've been there. I get those feels too, girl. Or boy, I get the feels. But this is like the first time I've had like adult moving stress. So I'm like, oh god, I don't know how to, guys, I really, honestly, I do not know how to adult. I act like a kid. Like, this is not good. It's not good for anybody. Oh, I swear. I've acted the same since I was like, I don't know how old, pretty young. Because when I was in high school, people were like, oh, you're so mature for your age. And I was like, oh, thanks, I think. And then like now that I'm older, they're like, oh, you're so childish. And I'm like, I can't win. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess the first one was good. I mean, if you're mature for your age, I guess that's good. It's good for some people. But it's good to be mature, but not too mature, because, you know, then you're not going to have any fun. Unless you have to be mature if you're like a lawyer. Okay, what am I even talking about? Lawyers? I don't know anything about lawyers. Why would I talk about this? Anyways, okay, so this room right here was like the one I was not happy with. Not to be negative Nancy, but I'm just saying. If I could go back and fix it, I would. But I've already uploaded it to the gallery, so there's no going back. But I mean, I could go back, but I'm not gonna. That's just too much because people have already downloaded it, I'm sure. When I upload stuff on the gallery, you guys download it and comment on it so fast. And what is it? Is it favorite or like? I don't know. Twitter's got me all messed up. They keep changing it. I don't even know what the gallery says, to be honest with you. But you guys do it so fast, and I always get so excited when I see it because I'm like, oh yay! And then I read all of your comments. But anyways, yes. So how many bedrooms are on the first floor? Was it 1? Was it 2? To be honest, I forgot. I think it's 1. Okay, so there are, I think, 5 bedrooms in this house, which is a ton of bedrooms. Like, that's a lot. Usually I'll do like 2, maybe 3 bedroom houses for like small families, but I was like, you know what? No, we're going the extra mile. We've got a ton of space, so let's use it. And something else I tried to do was like use the idea of a hallway because there was so much space, I was like, okay, if I was to actually like wait to see the upstairs, but we just got to the upstairs, so welcome to the upstairs. But there's like so much space on the upstairs that, you know, if there wasn't like a dividing kind of hallway between all the rooms and stuff, it would have been this vast empty space or it would have been like 1,000 rooms, and I would have just been super overwhelmed. So I was like, you know what, let's just try to make an actual hallway, and and we'll just try to figure it out like that. So I just made this like, it just kind of sits by itself. It's like this little divider in the middle. It's what I just put the lights on. It's not connected to anything. In the middle, I'll end up putting a little fireplace there and a little seating area, which looks really, really cute. So I actually really like it. But I was kind of wondering if it looked a little weird because it's just kind of sitting in the middle of this hallway, or this I guess hallway. And then also I had columns on pretty much like all the corners and like on the whoa, hit my desk. Oh god, that was a horrible noise. I put columns on, like, see where that wall ends right there in that little middle space? I put a column there and had them like dividing areas, which looked great. Don't get me wrong, it looked fantastic. But you know how whenever you're playing the game and you put the walls, like when you do like the half walls, so they'll like adjust to where your camera angles are, the columns would stay up and it would look weird. It looked weird and I hated it, and I was so upset because it looked so nice when you had the walls up. But I don't know many people that do play with the walls completely up. I do sometimes, very rarely though, because it is a little bit difficult to see everything. So I was like, well, for the sake of what I think is the majority of people who play with the walls, like half up, half down, I was like, I'll remove them. And I didn't decide that until after I'd placed down like hundreds of freaking columns. There were so many columns, guys. There were so many. They looked really, really good. I liked it. That's why I put so many down, because I was like, oh, these look great inside. Because like, I don't ever think about putting them on the inside, just on the outside. Which I kept the ones on the outside, but yeah, I took away all the ones on the inside because I was like, I don't know. It just looks really, really weird. You just have like all these little, like, I don't know, just these weird stick-looking things just like all over the house. It just looks so weird. It was very distracting. If it was only a few, I'd say like, sure, we can sacrifice, but like, it was a lot. So I was like, no. And I really liked the way that it looked. So I was like, nah, I'll just take it away. So it was a little sad, but oh, okay, the closets. So I was like I said, I was looking around the gallery for some inspiration and stuff, just to see like how people have been like kind of using the new objects, because like I said, I don't know exactly how it's supposed to look. So I'm like, is there like a certain way you're supposed to use this? I didn't know. I don't think so. It all seemed to be very just personal opinion. So I think I'm okay. But a lot of people were using the closets. I don't know, is this like what you were supposed to do? Am I just late on this? To put them like behind an actual wall, so it looks like a walk-in closet. You see that? I put like a wall where the door is, and it just like pops out, and I was like, oh my god, was that like what you were supposed to do? It seemed like it when I did it, because it just worked really nicely, and I was like, I was like, was this like a creative idea, or was this supposed to happen? But it's really cool, because it's nice to have them kind of, you know, look like an actual closet instead of just being this, I don't know, giant block in your bedroom, because, you know, I don't know many people with giant square cube blocks of closets in their bedrooms. I have a little, it's like a square block walk-in closet, not that big, but it's, you know, it's like you could take like 2 steps in it. But it is definitely not exposed as a black box. It is behind a door. So I was like, okay. And would this not be like the coolest room if you were a kid? Like, look how big that thing is. I was thinking about it when I made it, and I was like, maybe this shouldn't be a kid's room. But I was like, you know what? Nah. This kid is gonna be one happy kid. So I just ended up going with it. I wanted to use the toys and stuff, because I was like, I feel like I've used a lot of the items at this point, like over and over and over again. So I was like, let's make a kid's room, because that's different. Oh, also, yeah, I skipped doing the layout and the wallpaper. I know I skip a lot of stuff. It's not to like, I don't know. I don't know what that would be, but it's only because it took so long, like hours and hours and hours I spend doing the wallpapers, or like say the windows, for instance, or the layout of the house. The layout of the house took me like, I honestly, I think I would even be embarrassed to say how long it actually took me. It took me hours, okay? Like, something that should not take you hours took me hours, so I spent a lot of time on it. Especially this one, because I was like really, really pumped. I loved the outside. The exterior was, I was so satisfied with the exterior after working on it for like 2 days straight. And I was like, okay, I have to, you know, I have to bring justice to the inside, which I know is like not my strongest point. So I was like, okay, I've just got to try my best. Oh, and this right here, this is when I started doing like the quote unquote rushing. You can see I'm just throwing things on the floor right there. But I ended up really loving that. I love the way that it looks. It looks very lived in and I really like it. So I was like, maybe I should do that more often. And then over here is the last room, and it is like a little game room. It's a very strange room. I couldn't figure out exactly what to do with it. It's very weird. Weird space, weird shape. So I was like, I guess a game room? It's very weird. I put like a lime green wall in there just to make it even more weird, because why not, you know? So I just like, okay, we'll just do some kind of like game/activities room. I don't think I could have fit a pool table in there or anything like that. I think it would have been a little too big. Wait, are there pool tables in The Sims? Are there? Oh, am drawing a blank. Oh, I'm like kicking myself because I forgot to put curtains on those windows, and I'm like, no. Because I am like, I feel like, I don't know, they just need curtains. But at least I put the little plants there. See, those look good. Those look all right. But anyways, oh, long pause. That's probably somebody coming to my room and talking to me. That always happens, and I'm always, when I notice the long pauses, I'm like, oh, somebody was talking to me about something. But yeah, so I kind of rearranged it, and I like it a little bit better like that. I think it doesn't look so weird. But anyways, here are the pictures. I took a picture of every room so you can check it out. I hope you guys enjoy this speed build. Please make sure to go in the description and check out Hattie Sims. Her houses are incredible, like mind-blowing. So please go check them out. I love them so much. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now, guys.